What if I told you that you can build your own natural language prompter at home? No subscriptions, no API fees, just pure AI power. My name is not Steve Jobs, but shout out to the cloud. I'm Benjamin from Cognimac. I tested 8 large language models to see what can do the job the best, so the results might surprise you. So I share how these 8 models performed when tasked with building a prompt in natural language, but also modify them, just like ChatGPT can do, or recently Cria.ai. So you'll see which models will shine, which will flop, and also whether open source models can actually compete with closed source models. So stick around and see what is in for you. So for this, I built a rig in ComfyUI with a custom node I coded a week earlier. You see this screen here. This is the Polymath LLM node, and the link is in the details below, by the way. And this node uses an LLM as a large language prompter. So you can see here is, for example, ChatGPT 3.5. Here is Gamma. And I just gave it a query, answer with a prompt suitable for image generation, be concise and use not more than 200 words. If the user asks to edit the image, just change the specific parts of the prompt and leave the rest as it is. The image generation prompt is a description of an image. And then here's the input field. I put in generate a modern car in ancient Rome. For the record, I tested so far ChatGPT 3.5, Gamma 2, LLaMA 3.2, Qwen 2.5, NemoTron Mini. This is the new model from NVIDIA. Also Granite 3, a model from IBM. Also Gamma 2, a larger version, which comes with 27 billion parameters, so it has a bit of better prompt understanding, and also Phi, a model by Microsoft. And let me guide you through this list. So I tested all these models with the prompt, and I asked for a modern car in ancient Rome. So the image from ChatGPT actually looks quite interesting, but it's not quite a modern car. By the way, I used Flux Schnell at 2 steps. So I didn't care so much about the image quality, but more about how did the model understand, how did the large language model understand the prompt, and what resulted in the difference in the image. And as you see, ChatGPT, it's not really a modern car, so there's some kind of prompt bleeding where also the ancient Roman elements also bleed into the car. You can also spot in the difference that you have something kind of tourists, but not really like people from ancient Rome. Other than that, the Gamma 2 actually really does the job. You see also all these Roman soldiers here, and then just in the front, the modern car driving by. The next one is the LLaMA 3.2. Actually, you can see here a modern car. You see also the ancient buildings and also ancient Romans. Here you can see also a modern car, maybe more cars. So there's also a little bit of mixed up, but overall, you can see that there's a little bit of better prompt understanding in this one. So for the next one, we have the Qwen 2.5 with 7 billion parameters. Also, you can see here the ancient Romans and the astonishing modern car in front of those ones. Next, you can see the NemoTron Mini. This one did actually a pretty good job. You can see all these ancient Romans in the back. You can see some buildings. You have a little bit of an artifact where the building bleeds into itself, but overall a pretty good image. Then next we have the Granite 3, the mixture of experts model from IBM, and also you can see a beautiful modern sports car with some Roman soldiers in the back. Then we have also the Gamma 2, 27 billion parameters. This actually performs a little bit better than the Gamma 2 with just 9 billion parameters. You can see it also here, but actually it does a pretty good job. Maybe these temples are a little bit too broken down in ancient Roman. They probably would be a little bit more stable. And last but not least, the 5.4 from Microsoft, which does a pretty solid job at showcasing a modern car in ancient Rome. So let's compare the times. So right from the API, the ChatGPT API gives you about 2.5 seconds. Then we have the Gamma with 4.3 seconds. We have the LLaMA 3.2 with 4.2 seconds and the Qwen with 4.5 seconds. We have then the NemoTron with 3.8 seconds, the Granite with 4.6 seconds, and the Gamma 2 with 27 billion parameters for 9.5 seconds, and last but not least the Phi 4 with 8.2 seconds. So all in all, pretty solid benchmarks, but the API here stands out the most as it is the most fastest. So now let's edit the prompt. Give the car a bluish look and with yellow stripes. We go a little bit into the Swedish flag here. So now you can see that first the prompts are going to be enhanced. For example, we have here still the modern sports car painted in a deep azure blue with striking yellow rising stripes, sitting in the park near of the Arch of Rome. So let this run through. So what stands out here is that ChatGPT, for example, actually did a job in generating an image of a car, a bluish car with yellow stripes, but it completely forgot about the ancient Romans. As you can see, all the other models actually did the job pretty well. So now let's take a further look. You can see that Gemma actually did understand everything quite well. Then you have the LLaMA 3.2. What stands out is that we see here a building which actually did not really exist in ancient Roman times, but you see that all the Romans here have their robes. Then you can see the Qwen, also ancient Rome, with some peasants over there. So does the Phi model and the Gamma 2 with the 27 billion parameters, the Granite 3, and also the NemoTron Mini. As for the times, with a staggering 1 second per inference, the ChatGPT API is the fastest here on the list, strongly followed by the NemoTron with just 3.7 seconds and the LLaMA with 4 seconds in total. Let's do another edit. Make the daytime around sunset. So as you can see, ChatGPT forget all over the prompt. It did not even generate a car anymore. It is now just complete a sunset, and also everything else is simply gone. As you can see, all the other models actually did pretty good here on this job as well. And notable mention that most of the models also have still their original composition intact and producing beautiful images of a blue car with yellow stripes in ancient Rome at a sunset. Still, with just under 1 second, the API is still the fastest, but also with 3.7 seconds and 4.1 seconds, the LLaMA and also the NemoTron really do their job. So for me, it was a shocker that actually the 3.5 API did not really deliver and also forget most of the prompts already after just 3 iterations, while the other open or source LLMs really did their job quite well and quite impressive. If I used, for example, 4.0, a model which is quite good at prompt understanding, this actually yielded in way better results than the 3.5, but it comes with a trade-off as it is more expensive than the 3.5 family. So can you build ChatGPT at home? Absolutely. With models like LLaMA or NemoTron Mini, you can get top-tier results without breaking the bank. So what's the takeaway here? Is that building your own ChatGPT style assistant at home is totally manageable, and you get better results with open source models than the paid ones. If you enjoyed this breakdown, give this model a like, subscribe for more AI content, and let me actually know in the comments if we should integrate this feature into ComfyUI. So give it a go and take care, and yalla, goodbye.